Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to this short series of Partner Spotlight, where we bring you some of the key partners that we at Freshworks have been working with, so you can get some tips and tricks on how they've helped us achieve success in the business. So today, our guest of honor is Onsy. Onsy, you want to tell our audience who you are and what do you do?
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is Onsy. I'm Managing Director and founder of Review. We've been partners to Freshworks since 2020. Now we're established in Dubai. We're also established in Cairo, and we're working generally across the entire Middle East and Africa, Middle East and North Africa, actually.
Awesome. That's perfect. Thank you so much for that intro. Onsy, you said that you've been partnered with us for about 4 years now. Can you give us a breakdown of what your growth has been since you started this partnership with Freshworks, and how that's been for you?
Sure. Actually, we started with Freshworks. Back then, I used to be a consultant, and I was in corporate. Actually, I was still an employee in corporate. But I was a customer of Freshworks before being a partner, and that was very interesting because I was starting. I liked the solution. I liked how it works. I liked how it works for us in my ex company back then. Mm-hmm. So I started recommending it out to others, especially when I'm doing a consultancy. And then the Freshworks team reached over. They're like, okay, if you can do this, why don't you start becoming a partner and just take it even as a side business for the time being? And that's actually how it started. Fast forward 4 years. Now we have customers definitely in Egypt. We have customers in KSA. We have customers in Morocco. We have customers in at least 5 countries at the moment. We have overall, give or take, 60 customers, mostly in Egypt, but we have the others spread out in the other countries. Definitely, it was a very exponential growth through our entire journey. And so far, we never lost a single customer out of those 60. We only keep growing. And our growth is pretty exponential year on year. We add almost every single year more than 25%. And we keep growing. And lately, actually, since the beginning of 23, I left completely my corporate job. And now we're working with completely focused on Review. We've expanded our team. We have a team dedicated for North Africa and French-speaking countries. We have a team dedicated for integrations and implementation. The size of the company definitely grew, and we are even growing more and more, and everything's moving pretty fast and pretty exciting.
Oh wow, that's amazing! So you actually had a taste of Freshworks products before you went on to recommend and implement it to other customers. That's amazing. That's amazing, and I hope the journey for you using Freshworks technology has been smooth as well.
Well, it's always been nice. It's always been a pleasure using Freshworks technology. I've used Freshworks technology. I've used other technology. And to me, Freshworks technology is definitely pretty advanced and at the same time, very easy and simple to use. You don't need an IT specialist or a developer to actually do this. You can, as a business owner, you can just do it yourself.
Awesome. 5 points for you for saying that. Thank you so much, Onsy. Are there any exciting moments that you can think of in these 4 years of a partnership, that stood out for you?
Definitely, there has been a lot of exciting moments. One of the major moments was actually shifting from my corporate career. I used to be an executive director in my past company. I headed 4 functions, so you can only imagine doing that transition from a corporate employee and someone who's used to a salary to someone who's actually going, let's say it's a startup, and going into the entrepreneurial space and starting my completely being devoted to my own business. I had already had the business running for about 2 years at the time. But this was a very defining moment, and I think it's a defining moment in my entire career, in my entire life. Very changing, and then at the transition and the emotions, and you start doing this transition, you start having a bit of doubt because you're used to the monthly safety net So you're removing that safety net. And fast forward another year, now I'm really thinking, why didn't I even do it earlier? I should have left way earlier. So the whole journey is different. The learning curve is definitely different, and it's been amazing. Every closure is amazing. Every customer we onboard is amazing. Watching not just my team grow. My team has been growing not just in numbers, but in terms of experience, in terms of learning curve. Watching these guys grow, and then watching your customers getting back to you, thanking you, and exploring more business. I just had a conversation with one of our customers. A new CTO joined, and it was time actually to renew our license. And he was calling me, basically saying the CEO asked him to reassess all the products and see if he's going to actually do the renewals for all of them or not. This is whether Freshworks or otherwise. So after the meeting with him, and I actually met the team, and we went through how they're using the entire platform and how we can actually make it work, how we can advance it, and so on. So we're heading back to his office. He's like, now I know my decision. And I'm like, okay, what was it? He's like, after meeting all of this, after seeing how you guys work, after seeing the product, after knowing all these details, we're actually expanding the use with you. And we're now in talks to add another one of our platforms.
That's amazing. On behalf of Freshworks, first of all, I'm humbled by the story that you just said, how you got yourself involved emotionally into it, and it has been a life-changing experience for you personally, and I'm sure for your organization as well. Thank you so much, Onsy. Let's change tracks a little bit here. There are other partners who would be, viewing this session. Do you have any tips and tricks in terms of any strategies that you've used in the past 4 years in your partnership with Freshworks that has helped you specifically in your geo that perhaps can be replicated across the world?
Definitely. Now, first, I would always recommend anyone to always do the implementations, not just sell the product. And the reason behind this is when you start doing implementation for your customers, you can actually see their real needs and develop a long-term relationship with them, not just by selling a product and then moving on to the other customer. So with time, and this is something I always teach my team, we're not salespeople. We are consultants. We need to make sure our customer gets what's right for them. And we have to stick by it. And once you start doing so, you find all the customers coming back. I found people who've moved from one company to another, calling me back just to onboard Freshworks products in their new company. This has actually happened several times. You find people always expanding work with you. You find people referring your products to others. So in the end, you always have to be very true to your customers. You always have to put their needs ahead, have their needs first. And this is going to pay off, and it's going to pay off hugely.
Awesome. So what I'm hearing is, don't be a salesperson, build a relationship with your customer, put their needs in front, and see how you can add value to their businesses.
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Put their needs ahead of yours.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for those tips and tricks. Let's talk about, from the customer's perspective a little bit. Have you in these 4 years spoken to any customers that have told you that, using Freshworks technology has helped us in XYZ way, or, made us more productive, or anything on those lines?
Yes, definitely. Now, let me tell you first my experience, because since I used to be a customer.
You were a customer as well, so yep.
Yep. So this is where actually everything started. So let me tell you my experience. I started using Fresh Chat, the digital conversation part, and the bots. And back in my old company, we actually did a huge transition there. We managed to drop down costs significantly per transaction, while at the same time simultaneously adding on channels and increasing the number of transactions. And I remember by the time I left, the team was receiving 2 million transactions annually, and we only had a team of 6.
Wow. So it basically
you
helped
can
you scale, those chat conversations without having to add accounts.
Exactly. You
Mhm.
scale at a very high cost efficiency, because in the end, as one of the financial CFOs that I've worked with before, they always tell you humans cost appreciate while machines depreciate, and that's true.
Mhm.
So it doesn't make any sense just having, while your business is growing and having more customers and more traffic, just adding on and on and on of your support team. It's going to be endless.
Mhm.
And this is where Freshworks actually works.
Mhm.
The bots, the AI, they're state of the art, easy to build, easily adaptable, trainable, so they can scale with you without having to burden you to increase your team and add on more and more people while your business is growing. And this is my personal experience, not even something that I've seen from a customer.
That's
But
amazing.
once we started adopting this to customers, I'm getting this feedback again and again. I have one of the customers who actually managed to drop their first response from 19 minutes to
Mhm.
45 seconds.
That's incredible.
It is. And they managed to do this. So once they deployed bots, it magically happened. From 90 minutes, it cut down to 45 seconds. That's amazing.
That's incredible. And thank you so much. It means so much more this coming from you because you have a direct interaction with your customers and your own experience as a Freshworks customer. That's great, Onsy. I have one last question for you. This is a tough one. You need to pull your socks up for this one.
Okay.
If you were to be any fictional character from a movie or a book or anything, who would you be and why?
Okay. Um, okay. Okay. I'll tell you the same thing I tell my kids.
Mhm.
To my kids, I'm telling them you should recognize me with a mask because I'm the Batman.
And they buy
I
it.
put them down, I put them to sleep, and then I go ahead just cleaning the streets of everyone, every bad criminal and every bad person. Yeah. But they
that's the
believed it for a while, actually.
oh, they
But then my
did.
8-year-old figured it out.
That's amazing. That's the cutest response I've received to this question, and I've asked this tons of people. Well, thank you so much, Onsy, for talking to us. It's been an amazing short conversation with you, and thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time to view this. For now, this is Rubal Walia signing off. Until next time, bye bye.